Okay, so in this video, we're going to explore the 11 puzzle, where we're going to be adding a coin to this game that we've been creating. I didn't create a video for the 10 puzzle, however, the code for that is right here, just in case you were not able to figure that out. I left that code up for you to be able to see. It's basically doing the same thing that you did moving right, except you're moving left, so that's why I didn't put in a whole video about it. So this puzzle, we're going to add a coin, and the next few levels you'll add to your program to make a simple game. In this game, the player will collect points to increase the score. This is a good chance to see how different kinds of movement can affect the way a game feels, and it will also help you practice programming skills. So, in this level, you'll just be adding a new coin sprite to the game. You should be working at the top of your program outside of the draw loop. So just remember, the pattern here is you put all of the sprites and all the variable declarations first, and then inside the draw loop, that's where you're going to manipulate them and change their properties and do things like that. So you're going to create a sprite here. Use the create sprite block to create a new sprite. Make sure to give it a descriptive name such as coin. Then you're going to use the sprite X and sprite Y properties of the sprite to give it a random X and Y position between 0 and 400. You can set these after you create the coin or set them up as you create the coin. Either way brings about kind of the same result. In the animation tab, there's already a coin animation. Just use the sprite.setAnimation block to give your sprite this animation. Then you're going to test your code before moving on. When you run the game, you should see the coin sprite appear somewhere randomly on the screen. Now, I would beg to argue that you shouldn't use between 0 and 400. If you set it and it randomly assigns to 0 and 0, then it's going to kind of be up in the corner of the screen that you're not really going to be able to see too well. So I would say instead of using 0 and 400, use something like 20 and 380. That way it's always going to be on the screen for you to see, and not kind of on the edge of the screen that's going to be difficult to see. Because if you remember, the X and Y position are based on the middle of the sprite. So if you look at the coin here, so the coin is going to be however many pixels across, and so this is where it's going to assign the X and Y is right in the middle of that coin. So how do we do that? Well, we go up to the beginning of our program where we have this var, and we're going to make another var. So we're going to say var sprite equals create sprite. And this time, instead, as they said, we're going to name it something a little more descriptive. So we're going to do just what they said, and we're going to do coin. And as I said before, you can set these right here equal to your random numbers. So you can have it initially create the sprite at some random location. So we're going to do random X, which would be the first one, and then a random Y, which is going to be the second one. And as I said, my reasoning was, well, let's try 10 and 390 instead of 20 and 380. So 10 and 390. And then we don't want to see a boring gray box. We want to see an actual coin. So we're going to set the animation here to be our coin that is already set up for us in that animations tab. So just drag this on over. We're going to set coin, and then we just click on this little arrow here and it'll show us our options. We already have a flyer, so we're going to make this our coin. So now when we run it, we're going to see the coins there, and then coins there, and it's always going to be in a random location. So you see how this is right on the edge, which is exactly what we want. Now, if we used our flyer to go and kind of capture the coin, right now, according to our code, nothing is going to happen if we actually hit that coin. Let me get my flyer back over. Maybe. I think I lost my flyer. There he goes. Okay, so what we need to do, and hopefully you've already kind of decided and remembered how this is going to be possible to be able to capture that coin. Because remember, we set up the bunny with the carrot in the last level, and we need to use the is touching block. So we're going to go ahead and finish this level and continue to the next one. And so now we need to figure out how to reassign that coin. So when your character touches the coin, you should reset it somewhere on the screen. So we need an if block inside the draw loop. So we've set up the coin here in the beginning, and now we're going to manipulate position of the coin during the course of the program. So we need another if block where we're going to see if the character is touching the coin. So we just put it below all of these other things that we've already done, and then we're going to use the Sprite is touching block condition right here. And you can do either characters touching coin or coin is touching character. Either way, they're both going to be there. So if character is touching coin, then we need to reset the coin's X and Y position. So be careful, because many people want to just say coin equals random number, but we can't do that. We need the X and Y. And actually, they give a hint here. We actually haven't written that code already because I did sort of a cheat here where I did the X and Y as random when I initialized the variable. So you're going to have to actually do it here manually if you followed my example. So all you got to do is just say X equals and Y equals, and that's where we're going to set up our random numbers. So on here in math, we say random number here and random number here. So we're just going to give it another position that the person's then going to have to manipulate their flyer to go around the screen and get the coin once again. So we're going to say coin.x, coin.y. And as I said, I recommend doing somewhere between 10 and 390, just so it's never like on the margins and really, really hard to get. So we hit run, and then we're able to get our little flyer to get over and get that coin. It's going. Am I going fast enough down? Nope. Now I'm going to miss it. Come on. This is trickier than you'd think. Alright, there we go. We got it this time. Alright. So then it's going to reassign it to a random location somewhere else on the screen. And then if I get it again, then it moves it again. So there you have it. Lessons, puzzles 11 and 12, to be able to reassign the coin. And now the next couple lessons we're going to see, you're going to start to give yourself a score to count up, and then you get to customize this to be kind of your own game and make some changes to it. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish this level, finish the video, and if you still need helps on the additional puzzles, then tune in to the next help video.